Hi friends, and welcome back to another chapter of Ashley's Reading Diaries. And today we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. For this readathon, I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, so I'm going to be choosing 4 books from the 4 main genres that I have on my shelf. With that being said, I'm going to be picking out a romance, a thriller, a fantasy, and a literary/contemporary fiction. The goal is to see how many books that I can realistically read in 24 hours. So, will I finish all 4 books within this 24-hour span? Probably not. But does my ego think I can? Absolutely. Also, this is me trying to get better at reading the books that I already own because I have 132 unread books on my shelves, and still I convince myself every single time that I need new books. So if I pick something up and I'm not really feeling it, I have a whole bunch of options. So let's start off by picking our books. Let's start off with romance. So for romance, it was either between Score by Score by Kennedy Ryan. I feel like it's really bright up in here. I don't even know if that did anything. It was either between Score by Kennedy Ryan or Play Along by Liz Tom 40. I think I'm going to wait to do Play Along because me and my friend want to read it together, and I don't even think she's finished with Caught Up yet. So Kennedy Ryan it is. I just finished Real by Kennedy Ryan, and I loved it so much. And you know what? I want to ride that high of Kennedy Ryan. I am a Kennedy Ryan girly, so this is my next romance read. Now on to fantasy. For that, I think I want to go ahead and start the Harry Potter series. So the first book is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The Harry Potter series is such a beloved series for a lot of readers, and I never got to experience it as a kid, and I would really love to experience it now and then watch the movies. Also, I would just like to say this, do not get it twisted. I do not support the author. I bought these books secondhand, so none of my money went to them. The author is basically the person who shall not be named, but I'm actually very excited to get into this series. I'm so excited. For literary/contemporary fiction, I think I want to pick up Remarkably Bright Creatures again. If you don't know, my first bookish video that I posted on this channel was a 24-hour readathon, and I started reading this book. I picked it up and put it down like 2 times because I wasn't really into lit fic at the time. I just wasn't the right reader for it at the time. But this year I read Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe, and I loved it so much, and that is a literary/contemporary fiction. So maybe my reading taste is like maturing a little bit. I don't know. So we are going to pick up Remarkably Bright Creatures again, and also I want to read this because my parents watched the movie and they said it was really good, so I want to read the book first and then I want to watch the movie. And now for a thriller. I have no idea what I want to pick up. I have a little thriller section. Yeah, I do not have a plethora of thriller books. I'm just gonna have to look through and see which one is really catching my eye. We have Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I loved the first book, so this could probably be a good choice. We have something called The Murder Game by Carrie Doyle. Talking about some want to come out to play. Eee, the pencils are giving Charlie, I'm scared. Luke Chase never wants to get caught up in a murder. When his roommate Oscar convinces Luke to break the rules and sneak out of their boarding school dorm one night, it sounds like fun. They'll meet up with a couple of girls in the forest, have a good time, and no one will ever know. But when the wife of one of their teachers is found dead in the woods, the next morning, Luke realizes they're in deep trouble. Instead of admitting where they were, the group decides to solve the murder on their own. But with so many suspects, will they be able to catch the killer before the killer catches them? Wait, I kind of like this. We're going to choose The Murder Game. All right, so this is my TBR stack for the 24-hour readathon. And like I said again, if I am not feeling any of these choices, we can pivot. Anyways, I'm going to go make a coffee, and then we'll get started into our reading. I'll start our timer. Yeah, there we go. chapter 9, page 96, I believe, of The Murder Game by Carrie Doyle, and I am actually very much enjoying myself, but I have a few thoughts. I have the notes on my phone, so if I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So basically, we are following Luke Chase, and he goes to this boarding school, and he is very much the good guy. He follows the rules, he has good grades, never steps out of line, until one night when he decides to sneak out with his roommate, Oscar. Now, sneaking out at this boarding school is like a huge no-no. You could literally face either suspension or expulsion. So they sneak out into the woods to meet up with these two girls, and it's also kind of creepy because there is somebody called the Southborough Strangler, and they have yet to be caught. So being in the woods is probably not the safest thing that you should do. And also, Luke was kidnapped like 3 years ago, so being in this kind of situation is kind of bringing up old memories from that. And then a murder happens. Of course. While they're in their woods is kind of like when this murder happens, but they do not know that somebody was murdered until the next day. And right now, the book is making me question a few of the characters that have been introduced to me in this book. One character, a lot of the evidence is pointing at them, but it kind of feels a bit too obvious, so I don't think they actually did it. But also there's another person that I am side-eyeing because of the way that they have been reacting. They have been like overly emotional about this whole entire thing, so I'm kind of like side-eyeing them a little bit and think that they might be involved. But right now I'm actually having a ton of fun. I'm making theories and I'm trying to put together the clues. Because after my last thriller that I read, this is something that I truly needed. It's very refreshing. So yeah, I'm going to keep on reading. I'm almost 100 pages in, but I think I'm going to take a little break. My family has gotten here, and I kind of want to go out and socialize a bit. And whenever my social battery has died, I will come back into my room and become a hermit. I will be right back to you guys whenever I become a hermit again. Alright, y'all, so I quickly realized that I needed a change of scenery expeditiously. So we are now in the family room. I got my pineapple juice. I got my ice in here. And if I want some more pineapple juice, I got 2 more cans. Let us continue reading. I'm on chapter 24, I think. And I am on page 254. We got 14 hours, 25 minutes, and 31 seconds. So let's get back into this. Okay, friends, I have officially finished The Murder Game by Carrie Doyle, and oh my goodness, this was the thriller redemption that I needed after The Obsession by Natasha Preston. This is what I wanted. I wanted suspects. I wanted clues. I wanted to figure out who in the world did this mess. And there were so many people in there too. I was like, okay, it's definitely you. And then I was like, wait, no. It's definitely you, you know? I literally made a whole suspects list in my notes. I did that. I did do that. And the thing that I really liked was that the mystery was always constantly moving. It wasn't something that I was just waiting around for something to happen, you know? But also following Luke was interesting because not only is he like investigating this whole entire thing, but he has his own past and his own trauma that he's dealing with that is like kind of affecting him throughout this whole entire situation. And the ending, literally, thank you, because my last thriller, I was gutted. I was like, where's the rest of the book? But this was it. This one actually gave me answers, and I finished the book and I was satisfied. The ending of this book did feel like it was setting up another book, but I don't think that's gonna happen because I think this book came out in like 2021. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be kind of cool if that did happen. But overall, I was really enjoying myself. I gave this book 4 stars. I paused my timer because I had 12 hours and like 3 minutes left, and I was like, I'm gonna just finish this off tomorrow because I would definitely love to get some sleep tonight. I am tired, and it already is 12:17 a.m. so I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. It is currently 9:39 a.m. I am about to start the timer back up because your girl just needed some sleep for real. And I'm gonna go shower and make a coffee, and then we will get right back to it, friends. Shabuya. Okay, never mind. Somebody's in the bathroom right now. So yeah, anyways, my first book was The Murder Game, as you guys saw, but now I really want to pick up Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. There's like plenty of audio books for that on YouTube, so I can listen to it while I like tidy up my room and do my laundry and everything. But I do think I want to sit here in my bed and immersive read it for a little bit, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, you guys, we currently have like 11 hours 18 minutes and something seconds left on the timer. I finished the first chapter of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and basically it's like a backstory of how Harry even began living with his aunt and uncle, even though his aunt and uncle literally want nothing to do with the Potters at all. Obviously I know the big things because like everybody knows he's a wizard. I know he's a wizard. Offie. I'm about to go shower now because they're out of the bathroom, and then whenever I get out of the bathroom, I will begin my reading, do my cleaning, my laundry, stuff of all that nature. Hey friends, I have another update. We took a stark turn in genre from mystery murder to magical boarding school. Currently reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I am on chapter 7, page 113. I have 8 hours 26 minutes and 40 something seconds left on my timer. And basically chapter 6 was basically Harry leaving the Dursleys to go to Hogwarts. Harry finally meets the Weasleys. He meets Hermione, has another run-in with Draco, and I just love that Harry's finally getting the chance to be a normal kid after being like treated super badly by his aunt and uncle for years. And Hermione's already coming in. She's like, have you learned any spells? I've already been working on some of these spells. She's a little overachiever, you know? I like that about her. And then Draco shows up and he's talking about you need to pick the right friends, and then Harry's like, get that out of my face, get that out of my face, leave me alone. So right now I'm just enjoying Harry discovering more about this part of his life that was hidden from him literally for like the first 10 years of his life, and I'm just excited to see where this goes. I'm so excited that I'm finally experiencing it because I never got to experience it as a kid, and I can't wait to watch the movies, honestly. So yay, that's the end of this update. I will get back to you later when I'm like more halfway or more than halfway through the book. I don't know. I'm just really enjoying the story so much that I really don't feel like filming b-roll, but I don't even know how long this video is going to be. I want it to be a good length, but I don't want it to be too short. I don't know, but I will talk to you later, guys. back with another update. I have officially finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I have my thoughts. I currently have 4 hours and 16 minutes left on my 24-hour timer, and first of all, my eyes. I've literally have been staring at words for hours, so I'm definitely going to need to take a little break. Yeah, I might take a little nap. I need it. But I actually really enjoyed this. It was my first time experiencing the Harry Potter series. I did not have the childhood attachment towards the series, so I wanted to see what I thought about it reading it as an adult for the first time. And I honestly understand why so many people fell in love with it in the first place. I think my favorite part was just watching Harry experience everything for the first time, because I was also experiencing everything for the first time. Going to Diagon Alley and getting his wand and going on the Hogwarts Express and going to Hogwarts and meeting Hermione and the Weasleys. I just thought it was really fun. I just thought it was really, really, really fun. And one thing that I think I also really liked the most was seeing Harry find people who actually care about him after spending basically his whole life with the Dursleys. Watching him find his friendships and finding a place where he feels like he belongs, I just thought was also very, very, very sweet. And obviously there are a lot of things surrounding the author of this book, and I do not support the author at all whatsoever, but I did really want to experience this story because it is such a big part of a lot of people's childhood. It is a lot of people's favorite series that they grew up on, and is the reason why a lot of people love reading, and I just wanted to experience it for myself and for my own thoughts and opinions. But yes, book 2 of this readathon is done. I'm gonna give my eyes a little break, and then we will pick out our third book to read during this final stretch of this readathon. But I might take a little nap though. I'm not even gonna lie. Hello friends, I think I'm going to officially cut this 24-hour reading challenge short. I have an hour and 49 minutes left, but I literally, my head hurts, my eyes hurt. I cannot fathom reading another word on a page right now. Could I force myself to read? Absolutely. Would I be enjoying anything that I would be reading? Absolutely not. And the thing is, the next book I was about to pick up was Remarkably Bright Creatures, and we already know how I felt about this book the first 2 times I picked it up 2 years ago. Third time's a charm, right? I need to give this a fair chance, and I would not be giving it a fair chance if I were to read this book right now. I wanted to save score for last because I had been reading nothing but romance, and I just wanted to end it off with romance. But honestly, I'm not even interested in romance right now. I'm not interested in any book. I'm not interested. I'm not. We can, I'll try again, but it won't be now. It will not be now, no siree. But honestly, I think I'm calling this a success because I read a thriller where I was remembering all these different details and all these different people and trying to pinpoint who did this and who did that. And I made a whole suspect list and everything about all the clues and everything. And I also read a fantasy, and the Harry Potter book was like 309 pages, and then the murder game was like closer to the 400 range, so I think I did pretty good. Pat myself on the back for that one. But yeah, I don't even know what I was gonna say. My brain is fried, died, and laid to the side. I don't even know how to do this proper outro or whatever. I'm just forgetting everything. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.